Namaste. Namaste. Namastizzle. Happy, what's today? Today's Mars, right? Yeah, happy Mars Day. Happy Tuesday. Give me 1 second here. Let me see some people. Uh, hope y'all are having a great week. Hopefully, you had a good weekend. Come on in, light some incense, hit that like button. You know the drill. Let's talk. Let us talk. I am your host, Magick LaCroix, or Magick LaCroix. That's the way I used to say my name when I first started. What is going on, people? There's always something going on in here, in Babylon. Something's always going on, like always. There's never a dull moment in Babylon, ever. Crazy. Craziness abound. Peace, greetings, Melanin Mommy. Peace, Lenora. Peace, Cosmic Chaos. What is going on, ladies? Thanks for joining me. How's your week going? How was your weekend? Today, again, is Mars, and Mars is the planet of war, aggression, lust. Not love, but lust. The color is red. Of course, I got blue on with it, but still. I think we're almost out of retrograde, if I'm not mistaken. We may have a couple more days. I don't know, retrograde. Mars retrograde. Mars retrograde. Mercury retrograde. Just don't forget, though, just because it's over doesn't mean anything, because you still got the shadow phase. It's not until it gets out of that shadow phase that you're really out of the clear, or in the clear, I should say. Trying to think. Where are we as far as the retrograde? Yeah, we got about 5 more days. It's over on May 14th. Daughter had a prom on Friday. She made the curfew. That's what's up. Peace, brother Konami. Peace, brother Moore. Mercury retrograde and Pluto's. I'm Aquarius. 21st, right, is when we're out of the shadow. Yeah. Peace, Faith. How are you? How's everybody doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Get comfortable. So I heard, first thing I want to say is that they are now and I'm not going to stay on the subject long at all. I'm just going to make an announcement, and that's going to be it. I'm not going to dwell on it. I have noticed that when I bring up this particular topic, people usually don't have any feedback. So which tells me some people may be uncomfortable with it, right? I get it. Because honestly, people have been programmed to accept it so much. But in the Navy, out of all branches, why I have to be the Navy? In the Navy, they are now making the face of recruitment a drag queen. Did y'all hear that? And I say, why the Navy? Because when I was in the Navy, I used to hear all kinds of, not slurs or anything, like people just poking fun, like the Village People who had a song called In the Navy. You know what I mean? But I thought it was interesting. Again, it's just something worth noting that they are now making, I have a 10-minute video if anyone's interested. I'm not going to play it here, but I have the video if you're interested. I got it from Brother Konami. He posted it in his school, so thank you for that. And drag queen is going to be the face of recruitment now. in the Navy, in the military. So take that information how you will. It is what it is. We in here. Shout out to CA for reparations. I might move back. Oh, California. What's going on, Anubis? Welcome. Anubis, by the way, how is the Kabbalistic Magic book? Yeah, drag queen, more a drag queen. I mean, if they can be in if they can be in children's elementary schools, then I guess why not? The military is for grown people, so you know. Again, it is what it is. You know. Just another day in Babylon. Also, ladies, there's some very knowledgeable people on my Facebook. Very knowledgeable. I did this for a reason. I picked people to have a circle with, you know, even though I cut up every day on Facebook with the memes. Still, the circle that I have is very informative. They're called truthers, and you know, those who fuck with gematria. There's a little some of everybody on my Facebook, right? There's this young girl who she's very knowledgeable and she posts information all the time. But I noticed now she's talking about what's between her legs, and I'm like, how you expect somebody to take you seriously if you talking about your fat pussy? You know what I mean? You can just tell somebody's maturity level when it comes to shit like that. Said it's over. Yeah. He said, nah, son. What's going on, Sharon? Yeah. Hey, look, one more word about that is they are going to make the majority of people accept this. They've already done that. You know, they've already done it. And so if you speak up about it, if any of you decide to speak up or say something, an article caught your attention or something, I guarantee somebody's going to come after you. Somebody's going to come after you and say something against what you're saying. I guarantee it. So pick and choose your battles wisely, you know. Looks like it's going to rain here. In other news, I tried to listen to this rapper named Kodak Black. I tried to listen to one of his songs, and I'm sorry, y'all. It's just there's no age generational thing here. There's not. Stuff that they put out now is just fucked up nonsense. You can say whatever you want. Not that anyone's defending it, but I tried. Every so often I will try because the first thing I'll do is I'll look at the comments and see all this praise for how this man is evolving. He's been in the game a long time. One person even said he was the greatest rapper ever. I mean, ever. Dead serious. So I tried listening and I couldn't listen to the whole song. Same thing. This is not rapping they're doing these days. This is and people swear they're being deep. I mean, call me a hater or whatever else you want to call me, but I couldn't do it. I keep trying, but I can't do it. What's going on at Triple Goddess Network? What's up? Respect self first in order to gain it. I agree with that, Melanin Mommy. If they can't make people gay, they will confuse the fuck out of them, which for them amounts to about the same thing, right? They always say, if it don't apply, let it fly. Indeed, Faith, indeed. Oh, Konami say, oh, he's trash. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Anubis says she's still studying it. I'm kind of confused. The Segula for Healing on page 55 says with these names that are written on it. Yeah, that's a confusing book, actually. Well, Konami, I knew you was gonna say he's trash. It's mumble rap. Yeah, the crack is stronger these days. I think they're not cutting up the crack. They're not cutting up the crack today. They are just handing it to these motherfuckers and they snorting it. I swear, how it was so easy. Well, what easy? It was long. They've captured the youth, y'all. They've captured it. When I listen to this music, so-called music, and I look at the comments and all the views and all the people who support this and saying he is evolved, he is deep, he is spitting the bars, all this shit. And I'm like, Dora pause. I guess I grew up in the wrong era. That's not the real Kodak. Okay. What's going on, Tosh? Um, Back to Anubis. You're gonna have to that book. You're gonna have to study. You're gonna have to study that book. You're gonna have to read that book more than once in order to get it. Um, it's one of those things. They got whole schools on the Kabbalah. They got whole schools on it. You know what I mean? That's how committed they are to learning it and practicing it. If you ever go to New York, I don't think anyone in here is from New York or lives there. But if you ever go to New York, you might catch them walking around the building, chanting, saying mantras, and waving a chicken. Okay? Waving a chicken. And people don't pay them no mind, but they're doing rituals right in front of people's faces. All right. Now, doing the waving the chicken thing, I forget what it's called. I can't think of it. I think that's for prosperity and big business or something like that. But what else uses chickens in their rituals but voodoo and the ATRs, period. You know what I mean? There's nothing deep about Kodak. I agree. I totally agree, but you got to go to any one of his videos. Go to any one of his videos. I just did it out of curiosity. Go to one of his videos and look at the comments. Just look at the comments. These people are praising him, talking about he's evolved so much. He is the best in the game, and he got all his longevity. And I'm like, okay. There's still some young cats who can rap. Check out FR33 Soul and Alondra, I think his name is. You from Chicago? Okay. Tosh and Moore, y'all both in Chicago. Yes, Ifa uses chickens. Exactly. They do. Kodak is Haitian. I'm not sure what he is. I'm no fan. I was just saying out of pure curiosity one day. I was reading an article and then he was mentioned or something like that. And so I went to one of his videos, see what they talking about. He went to jail and I'm like, man. Oh, so we still don't get no respect. Yeah, I can't listen to that garbage either, Cosmic Chaos. I tried. I just tried. I give it a shot. I do. I try to give it the benefit of the doubt because, again, I pay particular attention to the comments. Okay. I realize these are a bunch of kids who idolize this man. You know what I mean? It is what it is, though. I mean, they push this stuff so much on these youth. These youth have gotten taken over. You know what I'm saying? They influence their minds while we still don't think music and movies have anything to do with these youth programming. We still think, I'm talking about us as in general, as a whole. We still don't think it has anything to do with the way they think. You know, we think that, you know, love and hip hop and all these reality shows doesn't have any effect. Let me tell you, it does have an effect. When I was a young adult, don't laugh at me for this. When I was a young adult, I patterned my style of dress off Jodeci. I did it often, so much that my daughter, when she was only 3, I think, called me Jodeci one day. That's right. I was wearing the backwards caps, baseball caps, and the Doc Martin boots. And I was influenced, you know. I had hoop earrings in my ears. That came from a video when I saw Omar Epps in Before I Let You Go by Blackstreet, when he had the hoops in his earrings. The hoops, earrings in his ears is what I meant to say. Yeah, I patterned way I dressed rappers and R&B artists when I was a young adult, like 19, 20. I was still in the military. Okay, let me clarify that. I was a very young adult, very impressionable. So I know for a fact that it has a lot of influence on these kids. He did use a Veve for an album cover, but I can't listen to his music personally. I felt the same way about Tekashi. I remember them giving him props for using anime in his videos. Tekashi is the one that died, right? If I'm not mistaken. Me too, but music is powerful and has extremely low energy. Not only that, and I know I've mentioned this before, but music, they put on extra ultra low frequencies in this music. Okay. They put it to program. So when you listen to it, you're actually listening to subliminal messages also. So again, for those who missed it, Josie and the Pussycats, the movie, Josie and the Pussycats. Okay. Josie and the Pussycats. They made it a comedy, of course, but they show you the subliminal messaging and how they put it out to people. All right. Matter of fact, that wasn't the only thing that they did. They've shown y'all how they groom artists and, you know, make them stars overnight, and how they fake plane deaths and shit like that. You see what I'm saying? In the series Watchmen, can't remember what episode. I think it's episode 6. Episode 6. If I'm not mistaken, not only do they show who the first superhero was, but they also show how they put subliminal messages in movies way back in the 40s. Okay? So we may not believe this, that they do this, but they certainly do. My daughter's favorite rappers are I like Kendrick Lamar. I've never actually listened to anything by J. Cole. Don't shoot me. Peace and blessings, Sister Moon Feather. How are you? Back when music was music. Yeah, I have Pandora. I have a subscription to Pandora, and I got like 175 channels on Pandora, all old school music. Tekashi is the one who snitched and got out for the RICO. Oh, okay. Gotcha. J. Cole and Kendrick are cool. Yes. Keep in mind, though, no matter how cool they are still serve their masters. Still. I like Kendrick Lamar. I like his catalog. I really do. Uh, let's see. Kendrick, that's right, in epic detail. Yes, they did. They showed it in detail how they do subliminal messaging. Kendrick was invited to the White House with Obama, and now he's how you see him now. Indeed. You don't get invited to the White House just because you're that great. I mean, Easy E, the NWA of fucked up police fame. They were invited they met with Bush. And I was like, how that happened? They was supposedly anti-government. This is called controlled opposition, y'all. That's all it is. Controlled opposition. We still don't get, us spiritual workers still don't get a whole lot of respect, y'all. It is what it is, but a lot of people still don't see that what we do is a tangible service. People still don't see that. You know what I mean? It's sad, it is sad. It's pathetic. It is, so many examples. So many examples. One of the most, well, I won't say for me, the most insulting thing that you can hear, insulting thing that you can hear is after someone hires you to do some work for them, they turn right around and thank God. Or after work is done for them, God has a plan for me. Then why didn't you go to him then? I'll keep Andre 3000 regardless. Yeah, J. Cole had mad head symbolism in his last 3 or 4 albums. Damn. Kendrick too, especially that iced out crown. I listen to old school music too, man, like real old school music from the 70s every day. That's what I'm talking about. Anubis, we here on that one. We right here. That's like Ice-T and Body Count. Then he always plays a cop to this day. Exactly. What's going on, Empress KK? What's going on? What's up, Mystic TV? Welcome, welcome, welcome. But yeah, that's people still don't see us like they see cops, lawyers, doctors, public servants. They don't see us that way. Even though people come to us to hire us to turn a situation around for them, they'll still go on social media and thank God or say God has a plan for them. And I'm like, that's got to be the most insulting thing that you can hear as a spiritual worker. I don't get the logic. I don't get the disrespect, but it's happened. Same thing happens when there are people still out here trying to get over on spiritual people. What I mean by spiritual workers. What I mean by that, taking advantage of payment plans. The list is endless, honestly. And I'm not speaking about something that happened to me. You know what I mean? Remember, my circle is spiritual workers. Okay. All the complaints I hear about people not paying or taking advantage of payment plans, a lot of times we are forced, our hand is forced, you know? If something doesn't happen quick enough for them, or they just flat out don't want to pay, then what's the alternative for a spiritual worker? We got to settle out of court, right? Right? I mean, what are you supposed to do though when someone forces your hand? They want you to do work and then they'll completely disappear, block you from social media. This still goes on to this day. You know, in ancient times, spiritual workers were the backbones of civilizations. Now it's just like, what's going on, Shadow Twerk Tarot? You know, I'm serious, y'all. I'm dead serious, though. I mean, I'm laughing about it, but still, with spiritual workers don't get any respect. You know, there are people who will hire spiritual worker to get work done for them. They have a successful working, and they still go thank God. What the fuck is that? I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. So there's one case. This person went and got and racked up. They were in a serious financial bind, and there were debt collectors coming after her. She hired a spiritual worker. Okay, hired a spiritual worker. He did a bunch of spiritual work for her. Even gave discounts. She paid one time. She paid one time. And then he didn't hear from her anymore. Ignored all emails, blocked him on social media, owed him a couple grand. He completely helped turn this person's life completely around. And I guess because he's a nice guy, I'm not talking about me, but I guess because he's a nice guy, he has a gentle demeanor, older gentleman. I guess that person wanted to take advantage of it. Paid him once and paid him a couple hundred. But the workings amounted to almost $2,000, right? The spiritual worker came to me a couple weeks ago. You remember that client I had, blah, blah, blah? I had to think about it. I said, refresh my memory. When he told me about it, oh yeah. Did she finally got in touch with her? No. It's been 5 years. Five whole years. He completely did the opposite. He took away everything that he had granted her, he had did for her. Her life went right back into the shambles. Huh? Don't ask me how I know all this. He waited 5 years for her to hang herself. 5 years. 5, y'all. You ever heard, even though this doesn't really apply, you ever heard the saying, revenge is a dish best served cold? It's because when something happens, it's so long, the other person has forgotten about it. And apparently that's what happened to her. She forgot about it. But just flat out ignored them. And he went after her hard. He tried and tried and tried to get his money. All he wanted was his money. That was it. Ignored him. Ignored him and felt like she didn't want to pay him. I couldn't get involved because I don't know the client, you know. I'm sitting from the sidelines. I had forgotten about it myself, you know, because he was frustrated. He came to me and said, you know, these fucking clients, they don't want to pay, blah, blah, blah. He was venting to me one day. I said, hey, don't do anything yet. Maybe she's just waiting to gather up all your money and pay you. I got him to calm down and everything, and I totally forgot about it. That's how long it's been. 5 years. I don't get the disrespect like that. You see what I'm saying? I just don't get it. Spiritual workers work with otherworldly forces. Just because you block someone, don't mean spiritual worker can't find you or touch you. You know, what did Angela Bassett say in American Horror Story Coven? She said, I could touch you and won't have to leave my room. See what I'm saying? I said all that to say this. In ancient times, we were held to the highest esteem amongst people. It's not like that anymore. Okay? I get that there's a lot of scam artists out here. There's a lot of them that's in it for money. And that makes the rest of us look bad completely. Okay? But there's too many examples that I know of clients actually just getting over on their workers for no reason at all. Have y'all been talking? Ashe, greetings, Tarnil and Oliver McNeary. Damn, y'all really been talking. Court in these etheric streets. Right, exactly. Court. Settle out of court. Hashtag disrespectful, yeah. I bet them dreams are scary too. He went after her. He was real patient, like one of y'all said. He was real patient 5 fucking years. I don't know if I have that much patience. 5 whole years, y'all. 5 years. He waited. So this tells me he must have been a Virgo. I can't remember what his sign was. I'm going to ask him, as a matter of fact, next time I talk to him. But he waited till she got nice and comfortable and got her life back on track and sent the goons after her. Like, I mean, some of the fucking most disrespectful spirits that's out there. Because this man has been in the occult for, I think, 30 plus years. 5 years. When he told me that, I was like, wow. Did not ever forget. All he wanted was his money. I bet them dreams are scary too. Yeah, he went after her hard. Astrology for you. Hey, what's up? He should have reversed the spell. He did more than reverse it. He took everything away. I love that saying. I love it when the target forgets and then bam, vengeance is served. What's going on, Donna Dash? Yes, he was real patient. 5 years. Magic, that's what I was telling you. I didn't want to start nothing that I couldn't finish. Yeah, I get you, Anubis. I get what you're saying. Clients are not too bright, especially if they leave their personal concerns with the spiritual worker. Thank you. Clients tend to forget, and this is not a threat, but when you hire a spiritual worker, you have to give them your information. If they're any good, they're going to want some of your information. That's all that's needed, you know, or your personal concerns, like was just stated. But I was floored when I heard this. I said, 5 years? And he told me, he was like, you know, I gave, you know what, I ain't gonna say what he said. He called her all kinds of names, and he was like, I gave that heifer every opportunity to just give me my money. I gave her all the work she asked for. Nope, totally ignored them. And In this instance, she got what she deserved. What's up, Kush African? What you do think about that? The witch that was on the show Mad House. It was a reality show in the Voodoo Lake. I don't watch reality shows, sir. Sorry, I don't pay attention to those things. I don't. Trash TV is all that is. Yeah, he's definitely an earth sign, Tosh. I do believe. We like to plant the seed and watch it grow. I think what astrology for you says Scorpio. That may be a Scorpio because that is the mark of a scorpion. A scorpion will wait and wait and wait and wait. Matter of fact, I am Scorpio moon. You know, my patience, it's hard, like it's hard to get me mad. But when I do, I'm a Scorpio. That makes sense. Five years, y'all. You think it was a Taurus, huh? Could have been. Could have been. Oh, there's another book that I wanted to mention to y'all. Remember, I was telling y'all about the GURPS, the role-playing games. So many interesting books with that series. Check this out. This is Cops. Look at that. This is a role-playing game. Let's look at the table of contents, shall we? Everything that they teach policemen is in here. Can you believe that? It's a role-playing game, y'all. They got everything. Look at this. Too black or not black enough. Can you believe that? Then they go into other countries about the law enforcement. United Kingdom, France, Japan, Interpol. Okay? Then they got all the kind of characters that's in it. Beat officer, defense attorney, detective, forensic technician, informant. When I saw this one, I said, wow, why am I surprised that they got a role-playing game on cops? Okay? Then it goes putting them away. Look at this shit here. Plea agreements, grand jury, the verdict, hearsay, police perjury, adversaries for patrol officers. Y'all got to get with those role-playing games, y'all. Remember I said find information from everywhere. Everywhere you can find it, get it. Cops, the role-playing game? Yeah. Say motherfucking word. In my opinion, it's a red flag that she was unable to pay her bills. Clearly, she was never going to pay him, but karma is a bitch. Well, you would be surprised, this small fella, how many people come to us and have a sob story. You'd be surprised. Like one person came to me with a sob story. I can't pay you, blah, blah, blah. I think you can help me though. Well, hey, you gotta pay me though. I say at least come up with half or something. This troll came up with $1. $1. I bullshit you not. $1. I sent it right back to her. Like, okay, you go play with somebody else. But my point is, you'd be surprised at all the sob stories we hear. People want spiritual work and can't pay, right? Now we do payment plans, but then the people who fuck that up make it harder for people who genuinely pay. You see what I'm saying? So here's where our level of discernment has to come in. But I get your point. You know, it's a red flag. It's always a red flag for me. It is. Unless I like kind of know you, you know, and showing someone that you're trying to pay them goes a very, very long way, especially with me. You know what I mean? But yeah, I get your point, Moonfeather. I do. Losing my immune system. I remember that name, losing my immune system. That's a very interesting name. Did you see the brother in New York that got killed on the subway by the Marine? I did not know in the Marines they teach you how to be that violent. I'm going to use the spirit for help. Yeah, I was in the Navy and I was going to try out for the Marines first. When I saw all the rigorous training I said, nah, I won't do all that. But before I went to Greece, or when I went to Greece, when I was stationed in Greece, I was stationed in Greece for a year. Because we were overseas, we had to learn anti-terrorism training, self-defense. We had to learn all that, deadly force. All of that was taught to us by Marines, all of it. So yeah, they some deadly people. They teach them some deadly shit. They do. Again, though, when it comes to news, I still say a lot of that's propaganda to get you in your feelings. They do this every year, around the same time every year, you know. But people still don't believe that they can kind of create these atmospheres of violence and hate, you know, and influence the masses with their stories on TV. But yeah, I heard about it. Yes, $1. She gave me $1. $1. I'm not bullshitting, y'all. I'm not bullshitting. $1. Okay. Then she apologized afterwards. When I sent it to her, when I sent it back to her, she said, I didn't mean to offend you. Now, how did you? I mean, you're asking for a couple hundred working to be done for $1? Like, seriously? But you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. People, there's a difference between just trying to get over on somebody with someone who genuinely needs help. But since there's so many people, so many shitty people out here who take advantage of people like us, it makes it really hard for us to determine who's genuine with needing help and who's not, you know. There was another there's another book I wanted to tell y'all about that is a very, very interesting book. It's called Chinese Taoist Sorcery. This book is one of the most underrated grimoires I've ever seen. I know I said this about a lot of them, but this one truly is. Okay. This one talks about Chinese Taoist sorcery. For 7 days after their deaths, people ghosts find it hard to leave this world. Priests who conduct their funeral rites must gently force these spirits to depart for the hereafter. In the Catholic Church, the Requiem Mass is performed for this purpose. Remember, I was telling y'all before that it's called the art of getting even. I was telling y'all before that when a person dies, let me stop sharing for just a second. When a person dies, their shade hangs around. It's called the shade. Okay. There are certain sorcerers or magicians who are able to speak to that shade after, right after. But they have to talk to them like right after to find out how they died, the truth of how they died. The shade is not going to stay for very long. Think of the movie Ghost. Okay? Think of the movie Ghost. How long was he out? Wasn't but what, a couple of days? Okay. Then they have to move on. Okay? I personally think people can move on, but they can stay stuck for years. All right. around 2010, 2011, I had a extremely vivid dream about my father. I was talking to my father. Me and him was having a conversation. He had this kind of confused look on his face because here he is talking to his son, who's now grown. You know what I mean? I think he was stuck here. Okay. After that particular astral travel, I created an altar for him to help him move on. Okay. My father passed away when I was 10. Right. So he seemed glad to see me, but at the same time, I sensed this disappointment, kind of regret that he passed so early and didn't get to see me grow up. That's what I sensed. Okay. So this book, though, The Art of Getting Even, is another gem of a grimoire. The Art of Getting Even. Okay. Those entering the realm of magic and sorcery for the first time must keep a few esoteric principles in mind. Firstly, rituals have a twofold nature. They can be used to help people or to destroy them. Prayers to the gods bring increase to the sorcerer, and curses cast on enemies bring about their ruin. Ideally, sorcery should be employed to maintain good health, obtain wealth and contentment, and achieve a long life. Secondly, it is said that the surest way to achieve self-destruction is to tell one's worst enemy or best friend about the source of one's success. After all, today's friends may be tomorrow's enemies. Look at the table of contents, y'all. This one I say is a gem because it goes into things like ghosts, what ghosts actually are. Okay. The nature of the hereafter is in here, like the purgatory. It tells you about Taoism. Taoism is a very kind of complex magical system. It's very complex. Even just making a talisman in a Taoist way, it requires a whole lot to charge a talisman. But it goes into ghosts, learning to die, spirit and body separation, accepting death, reincarnation, and then it goes into studying Chinese sorcery. Okay. It is, there you go. There you go. The spells, hexing dolls, the chains of love. Look at all those spells. Spells for marriage and divorce, the 3 moon hex, the weak against the strong, avenging spells. Y'all see that? Avenging a wrong, hereditary curses, double death, rituals to protect babies. A lot of us need this right here. Look at this right here. Dressing boys as girls. Spells against enemies, urination jinx, hexing a victim's shadow. Okay. There's so much to this book. Look at this. Priests can also go to hell. See that? Then you got religion. It's all kind. This is, like I said, one of those gems. When you look at all this, there's so much to this book, but it is an excellent grimoire. It's an excellent book just to have. That's why I learn and do my own workings. Yes. Peace, peace, Katrina. Namaste. I think she had it. Yeah, she had it. Fun fact, when I tried to join the Navy back in 2006, I had to pass an intelligence and was told that the Army and Marines were the stupid grunts and the Navy and Air Force were the intelligent forces. They still say that. They still say that. I've heard it too, you know. Late, but Namastizzle, Native Great. The I Ching is very accurate compared to the tarot. Speaking of the tarot, there's another book, one by Donald Tyson that I told you about before. But here's another one. Okay, it's another one. Let me see if I can find it. Huh. I know I brought it up, didn't I? Let's see. Guess I didn't bring it up. There's a tarot. Trust me, tarot spells do work. Okay, got to put in the effort though. Tarot Spells by Janina Renee. Another good one for using just the tarot. Is a for success in starting a new business. This is a spell one will perform before starting out on a major business venture. It calls upon that vast source of psychic energy that could be found within all of us and directs this energy to get the new business off to a strong and auspicious start. Okay. And it goes into the meditation and visualization. You do an affirmation, and you lay out 3 cards, the sun and 2 other cards. I don't know which. But anyway, this book, if you're interested in tarot spells, that's the name of this book. Janina Renee. And does she have a table of contents here? Would be nice. She does. Okay. And then she goes into a bunch of spells for helping overcoming addiction or bad habit, animals, beauty, health, and fitness, business, change, children, and so on and so on. Dreams. Okay. Another one that's kind of not known, but Janina Renee, tarot spell. Your mother was around about 72 hours after? Yeah. The shade tends to stick close to the body for a minute. I think the longest recorded was maybe a week, I think. Don't they say that the harder you grieve, the more their spirit linger? I stand corrected. Oh, okay. Wouldn't time stop for the departed? How do they know that it's time to move on? They get clues, or someone comes to help them. Time, it doesn't exist. Time and space doesn't exist. That's why they can stick around for years and not know it. Time is a man-made thing. You know what I mean? It's a man-made thing. It doesn't exist like on the astral plane. Think of what's the movie by Leonardo DiCaprio? Not Interstellar. What's the name of that movie? Can't think, y'all. Where he was paid to go inside the dream. Leo DiCaprio movie. I can't believe I can't think of this movie. Inception. Think of Inception. This is what drove his wife crazy, because in Inception, they built a life together for 50 years. They thought it was real to them, right? 50 whole years. And only so much time had passed. Thank you. I appreciate that. You like this book already? Oh, you're looking at it on your reading app. Okay. All right, cool. Watch out for the $1 trolls. Is Boone, hold on. Is Boone good for job work? I need a deity that can remove all blockages and get me a job. What Boone spell can I use? Well, Boone is to bring you money. You have to find someone. You're actually, if you're looking at working with the Goetia, you are going to have to find which one is specific for that. And employ a Ganesha mantra. You love the I Ching? That's what's up. Welcome back. Right, Donna. Tarot is good for the energies, just not good for the specifics. Yes. Damn, everybody asked Inception. Yeah, it was that one. Thank you all. I could not think of that. That kind of blows my mind that they can be out and they think they're gone for 50 years, creating their whole life in their own universe for 50 years. They thought 50 years had passed. And only a couple of days, Konami knows this. We was talking about it the other day. When he finally gave me, I was like, nobody can answer. I was like, how long were they unconscious to think that they were gone for 50 years? I can't remember. I really can't remember. Oh yeah, Magick. Here's another underrated author. Let me put it that way. Occult author is Nema, Nema, Nema. The Way of Mastery. He is also the author of Mayat Magic. For those of you who wants to get into the Egyptian pantheon or the Egyptian way of magic, Mayat Magic was written by Nema. He also wrote this book, The Way of Mystery, Magic, Mysticism, and Self-Transcendence. And Mayat Magic is also a part of this book. Okay? Nema. You can't imagine being in a simulation? Yeah, see, Brother Konami said it. His wife was named Mal, as in Malkuth. Absolutely. So I think that is enough for today. Well, thank you all for joining me today. Hopefully, y'all enjoy the rest of your day and week. Of course, I'll be back later on this week. I have a special guest next time. Enjoy life. I'm trying to think of words of wisdom, but I hear, White just told me this, but I hear Trump got convicted, something like that. I truly am out of the loop when it comes to stuff like that. Peace to everybody who showed up. Konami, Moonfeather, Donna Dash, Empress KK, Faith, Empress KK. I said that. Nay the Great, Anubis, Mystic TV, Astrology for You, Katrina, Tarnil, Oliver McNeary, Moore, Shadow Twerk Tarot, Sharon, Cosmic Chaos, Melanin Mommy, Faith, Lenora, Triple Goddess Network, and everybody who showed up today. Thank you so much. That's what I heard, Donna. Have a great evening, and I will see y'all next time. Absolutely. Thanks for coming. As always, namaste. I appreciate you all. I am Magick LaCroix signing out.